Okay, welcome back. Namaste, salam, sat sri akal, main Gyanam. And in this segment within the grammar series, I will talk about the noun phrase in Hindi-Urdu. Okay? Now, I might have mentioned in the previous segment, what is a phrase? Anything that is more than one word. And I also mentioned that if we call it a noun phrase, the noun is the most important element in that phrase. Okay? So let's look at what constitutes a noun phrase in Hindi-Urdu. Okay? So we notice that it's an SOV language where the verb comes at the end of a sentence. And we also noticed how it is a postpositional language. That means the postposition follows the noun. And now we will talk about the noun phrase. And our guess is that the last element in the noun phrase will be the noun. Why is this our guess? Because we just mentioned that the verb is the last element in the sentence, and we mentioned that postpositions follow the noun. So in a postpositional phrase, the postposition is the last element. Therefore, in a noun phrase, we expect the noun, without which you cannot have a noun phrase, we expect the noun to be the last element in a noun phrase. So let's take a noun like boy, or this time let's just take girl. So the word for girl is ladki. What can you get before it? Now, unlike English, Hindi-Urdu does not really take and the, but if you want to, you could put in something like that. Okay, so you could say wo ladki. By the way, we pronounce it wo, but we write vah for singular and ve for plural. In Urdu script, we write vah and ve both as vah, but in Hindi script, we write the singular with va and ha, and the plural as va plus a. Okay, but so here we can, because we pronounce it vo, we'll keep pronouncing it vo, although I will write va. Okay. So you can have a marker like va, that, for that. Okay. What else can you put in? Obviously, you can put in an adjective. Okay. So you can put something like lambi, which is tall. And the reason why we put in lambi is because the most important element in a noun phrase is the noun, and this adjective will have to agree with the features, gender features of this noun. Since this noun is girl, the feature is a gender feature associated with ladki is feminine. Therefore, this adjective is feminine, okay? Because this noun is feminine. Okay? So this va is also agreeing with the noun because it is singular, since ladki is singular. Okay? So va, lambi, ladki. Okay? What else can we put in there? Well, we can put in something like one. Okay. You can put in a number, right? So we can do va, and you can do ek, which is one and is a numeral. This is an adjective. And we put in one because, again, ladki is singular, right? So once again, this ek is for the main noun in the noun phrase, which is ladki. What else can you put in there? So we have va, ek, lambi, ladki, that one tall girl. What else can you put in there? Well, you could put in another possessive phrase. So for example, meri, that my one tall girl. Again, this is marked for feminine because the main noun is feminine. Okay? So now I'm getting that my one tall girl. Okay? Everything is agreeing to the right with the noun which marks the end of a noun phrase. Okay? Now, this possessive, my, in English, we can either put in that one tall girl or we can put in my tall girl, but we will not put in both. Right. Only in Shakespeare, right? Lady Macbeth, this my hand, whatever, when she's trying to get rid of the blood stains or that she sees, right? So, and she keeps washing her hands. You know what I'm talking about. So only in Shakespearean English were you able to say, this my hand, you know, but not in modern common English, right? But in Hindi-Urdu, this is perfectly fine to say that my one tall girl. Okay? So what I'm trying to perhaps point out is that in English, that and my, the possessive phrase and the determiner probably go in the same slot. So you can only take one or the other. However, in Hindi-Urdu, you can have your determiner followed by a possessive, and you can continue with the numeral, adjective, and then the noun. Okay, so this is a bit of a difference with English. Let us look at this possessive a bit further. Instead of saying my, I could have said that tall boy's or man's, that, and instead of tall, we could take, you know, let's do big, okay? So let's do that big man's one tall girl. You know? So let's just imagine that there is a big man and his daughter is tall. Then we can say something like that big man's, by the way, in English, if you say that big man's, it becomes part of man, that big man. But here I want the that to refer to the girl, okay? So that big man's one tall girl. Okay? That means that this possessive can be more than one word, you know. So it's a possessive phrase. right? It's more than one word. What is a possessive phrase in Hindi-Urdu? A possessive phrase is going to have a noun phrase followed by the possessive. In Hindi-Urdu, the possessive is either ka or ke or ki. And which one you choose between ka, ke, and ki will ultimately depend on this main noun. So you will get, let's say, big man. Once again, noun phrase we know ends with a noun. So we're going to have man over here. Okay. And the adjective is going to precede it. We know that because in a noun phrase, the adjective comes before the noun. So we're going to get bada. And the word for man is admi. And then we know, that we are going to get girl. So we're going to choose ki. And we'll get wo. And here we'll get bada admi plus ki. And we'll continue with the rest of the things. I just want to point out two things before I move on. Number one, the fact that you can have a possessive phrase before the noun, and the fact that the possessive phrase has another noun phrase embedded in it, that means you have another noun here, which potentially means that there can be another possessive phrase before this noun within this NP2. Okay? Remember your N1, this NP1 is here you'll get, let's say, ladki. This is your main noun, N1. But every time you put in a possessive phrase, there'll be a noun phrase followed by a kakeki, which means that there's another noun which can take another possessive phrase, which will again have a noun phrase followed by a kakeki. And that noun phrase will have another noun which could potentially take another possessive phrase. And basically, you can go on forever, right? I just want you to realize that. So potentially, you could create an infinite phrase like bade आदमी के बच्चे की बिल्ली के हाथ के ऊपर, blah, blah, blah. You can potentially continue that non-phrase forever because of this property of recursion. It has recursive property. You can keep embedding within it and create a never-ending loop that you can't get out of. I just want to point that out. The second thing I want to now talk about is the effect of this postposition on the noun and the adjective that precedes the noun. Okay? I'm going to erase the board, but before I do that, remember now, so far, what we have is a determiner, a possessive phrase, a numeral, an adjective, and the last element in the noun phrase is the noun. Okay? So we should remember this part about not just the canonical order, but please realize that everything within it will be agreeing. It's about the main noun in the main noun phrase, and features of the adjective or this possessive will agree within its own noun phrase with its own noun. All right? My final point right now is that because of this postposition key, there is an effect, or it affects, there is an effect, it affects the shape of admi, and it affects the shape of this adjective, which is bada. How does it affect it? It changes, a becomes a because of this postposition. Remember that ka, ke, ki, the apostrophe s in Hindi-Urdu is a postposition. And just like any other postposition, it changes the shape, the sound shape, the phonological shape of the, not just the noun, but also the adjective that precedes it. So winding up this segment, the correct or grammatical phrase will be वह बड़े आदमी की एक लंबी लड़की, and you can complete the sentence वहाँ खड़ी है or whatever. Okay, so I just want to point out that the bada admi plus ki becomes bade admi ki. Why? It is something called oblique, which is coming up in the next segment on postpositional phrases. Okay, so what did we do in this segment? We talked about the word order within a noun phrase in Hindi-Urdu, and we said that we can have both a determiner and a possessive phrase before the noun phrase, and we can have numerals, numbers, and we can have adjectives before the noun. Of course, you can have multiple adjectives, and we said everything agrees with this main noun. We also commented on the fact that the possessive phrase itself contains a noun phrase, which again will have a main noun, its own noun, and which can then be preceded by a possessive phrase, which will then again have a noun, which can have its own possessive phrase. And so we mentioned this recursive property within the noun phrase because of the properties of the possessive phrase. Okay, and potentially you can create an infinite loop within the noun phrase. All right. In the next segment, we'll talk about postpositional phrases.